Hello everybody, Joe Pal Broom. As indicated by the melodic sounds of my gifted wind chimes from my daughter-in-law, the wind is going to start picking up here. We have a front coming. This is the time of year where as spring rolls in. That's interesting. I'll tell you about that in a second. As spring rolls in, we end up with these fronts that come through about every 5, 6, 7 days. Sometimes quicker, sometimes not. And it's interesting when that cold air hits the warm air. If it's particularly cold, things go awry. Right now it's just a front though. We're pretty good. Now, I know I charged that battery. I know I did. Sometimes I'm like AMRC. Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. Alright, we won't damage that battery. I'll go ahead and move on over to the next aircraft.
Throttle active.
I just never know until I walk out and plug a battery in. Okay. Well, that was fun. Yeah, so the front will come through in the next couple of hours, bringing with it a fair amount of wind. Tell you what, just you and me, right? Just me and you and my 9 subscribers. Let's go get another battery. Come on. This is foolishness. Here, I'll let you see the carcass of this thing when I go by. It's not as bad as you think. I don't know if you can see it or not. The sea wind, it looks like it'll all go back together. This area here, I call it the saddle. What I'm going to have to do is put something over that, and I figured it out. See how they have the plastic access port there? I'm going to put one here. And what I think I'm going to do is get a Harbor Freight shield. I actually made a canopy on that one out of the debris shield that you'd wear if you were weed eating, that sort of thing. But it's those retracts that are going to devil me. I hope when I get home next year and after the holidays that I can figure out how to fix those retracts. If not, then it'll become permanent water. Yeah, I hate to do that, but to be honest with you, that thing ain't never going to see the land anyway, so that's how that works.
Binding. Throttle hold. Throttle active.
Alright, let's try this again. Now this is with a fresh battery. I think. Methinks. Where was I? Okay, last weekend was my birthday weekend. I want you to think of something. Think of concentric radar circles on old school radar where it had, there again, concentric circles working its way out in a spiral, like you would throw a rock in a pond. Now imagine it slightly broken on those circles. Let's say if it's the circle closest to the center, it's fragmented. Well, that's what I see in reds now. I have synthetic eyeballs. It's kind of funny. It's not disturbing, it's just different, So last weekend I enjoyed an amazing birthday weekend. This is going to sound a wee bit morose, but it's not. It's just life. So what's happening with my wife and I, she's age 68 and I'm age 61, is that our time is getting near, right? You just never know. Married to a cop and a nurse, we've seen how the story goes in this life. We enjoy each other's company so much that we don't want to really necessarily spend it with other folks or doing things that would prevent us from enjoying our company. If that makes sense at all. So we're kind of that way with our dog too. Ellie's 11 and she's got maybe a couple more years, and we want to spend time with our dog. So if you ask me, hey Brian, you want to go fishing? The answer is going to be no. Not just no, but hell no. I love fishing, or I used to. Love hunting, love doing all these other things. But if I can't take my wife with me, I'm not interested. And that's where we're at. We just are just wildly in love. And after 39 years of marriage, 41 years together, no, 42. We dated 3 years before we got married. So that's where I'm at in this life. So when asked, do you want to have a birthday party or go out and eat with a bunch of people? The answer is not just no, but hell no. I want to hang out with my wife by the pool. So that was birthday weekend. That was the weekend before last. And then we had just lovely guests, Stephen and Cheryl, more Cheryl than Stephen, har. Yeah. So we end up spending time with each other on my birthday, and then we really thoroughly enjoyed our guests. See how my tree's going? It's all leafed out. Thoroughly enjoyed my guests over the next couple of days after that. Let's say the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Then my wife and I celebrated our 39th just last weekend, and of course when asked what I wanted to do you want to go out with friends and eat? No, I want to hang out with my lovely wife by the pool and talk about stuff. Wax existential. Shout outs. Rowdies, howdy ho. Of course, Dale and I have been communicating back and forth. He suffers the same thing. He enjoys the absolute beauty of life. So, howdy ho, Dale. George in South Carolina, you maniac. I just can't express to you how cool it is to see what is ostensibly a different person here over the last 6 months. And by different, I don't mean bad. Different is good. Yeah, pretty cool. Funny how when certain weights are removed from you, that life just gets better and better. 47 bucks to the door. That's absolute insanity. That's exactly what that is. Absolute insanity. Love the scale looks. So what's up now? We rest today, and then we start partying again tomorrow. My longtime friend and widow will be here tomorrow morning. It's Tuesday. She leaves Wednesday, and then we continue to work here, transitioning. We'll start working in earnest, transitioning from the house to here. We have 13 days left. Landing.
Throttle hold.
I don't know why my damn timer don't work.
Throttle active. Throttle hold.
I can't figure where that is.
Throttle active.
Just use the lights, but I had a timer. Wow, my battery fell out when it hit. I thought it was snapped in pretty good. Apparently not. Still enjoying life without glasses. It's amazing. Yeah, shout out to Dale, Con, Cynthia, Gretchen, and of course Dale's amazing wife, Joss and Cassie the girl. Yeah, I need to do this. I don't have my MD500 here. Oh, no, let's see, it reappeared. That is some crazy S.
Flight mode.
It just shows you how you inadvertently. No, now it's gone. Stress out the little processor in here. I've downloaded the MD500. I just need to connect my radio to the. Yeah, see, that one's getting a little tight, I think, there. That battery. Yeah, I don't think they use the highest dollar batteries in the world here. Interesting to read about all the helicopters and the mods these guys do. They actually go ape-s on these mods.
Binding.
They do.
Throttle hold. Throttle active.
Yeah, I gotta do something different. Although since it's spuriously removing my, look better with lights on it, wouldn't it? George. It's spuriously removing my art. These things are just stupid. I mean, just stupid. It might be spuriously removing my timer. Anyway, the stuff they're doing, they're replacing entire flight control boards on these things and putting metal heads, which I like. I've pulled every screw out of this one, and I've pulled damn near every screw out of that Huey. I am not interested in doing that again. No, sir. Not happening.
9 minutes.
There we go. She's counting down, right? Yeah. I had a switch in the wrong spot. Yeah, amazing aircraft. So what you see right now is the sun would normally be out, but we're having a front come through, as mentioned previously. AMRC, fun to hang out with you. I don't know if I know anybody from Romania proper, so that's a treat. Yeah, and I hope your conflict over there is over sooner rather than later, man. George, you're right. I usually just run these for a few minutes. I ain't gonna run this thing for 14 minutes. Believe it or not, I run out of blather, Piffle, balderdash, and associated poppycock. So, I mean, there ain't that much going on. Had a great time the other day. Last week was busy. What'd I say? Birthday weekend. What else did I do? Hung out with my lawyer and his wife after we visited with Stephen and Cheryl. Sadly, Madison, their dog, is in adequate health, but she's just too old to travel anymore, so they left her home. I thought she would be gracing my house. Yeah, it's neat linking up with you guys. I've linked up with Anthony. Probably, I don't know, this may be my 4th time of getting up there to his place in Illinois. The Ox has been down here twice. Actually, we will miss him this year now that I think about it. He usually comes down for bike week, but he had a shoulder worked on, so he won't be down here. And be seeing him in the next 3 weeks or so. It's funny, getting windy down here, you know, at my level. Yeah, I'm getting out of the mode for going down to the lake. I really need to fly a couple of times before I leave. I may or may not get back out to the club. They would have got, I don't know what we pay, 170, 175 bucks. They got 2 flights out of me. Yeah, as mentioned previously, they're going to be, that club will be let go next year. My buddy Eric got a hold of me and said that the house that he's looking at, which is about just 12 miles from where I live, just up the road, is it's going to work. The house inspection turned out just fine. Had a couple of minor, and I mean minor stuff, like when the wind blows the the vent to his kitchen claps. That's what that little vent is up there you see in the distance. A torn screen and some other minor deal. Love these things. These guys are disassembling them and painting them. I mean, they're doing some amazing things, you know, and you don't mind because it's so cheap. It's funny because I don't stress these batteries out, and yet they still getting a little. That one's definitely, you know, a little plump. Luckily, they're cheap as beans, and you just order more. I gave myself three or four. I may have 4 of these things, so as to not put stress on them. You know. But they come, you know, they're. I think these are 2 cells, so you know they come. They don't go through any great heroics at all to make sure that the cells are matched positive. These are toys, so quality control just doesn't get addressed much. So the rain will pass this morning into the afternoon, at which point in time the wind will pick up dramatically.
Throttle warning, switch warning, high rates, takeoff, stabilize.
I don't know how long that lasts. It'll be 80-something degrees tomorrow. Me and the girls will be bobbing around in the hot tub. Finally moved that wire out of the way. I'll tell you what, if there's one thing one needs to do, and that's be 100% certain they seat that battery. Joker falls out in mid-flight, you are, what do they say?
Battery critical.
Screwed, glued, and otherwise tattooed. So I don't know if we're going to be doing much of anything today.
8.4 volts.
Wifey has announced that she's a tad hungover from yesterday. I removed the Way Cool
Throttle active.
map on the side of my rig indicating how many states I've been to, because it was, frankly, it was rotting. I say rotting. It was there was some type of mold growing up underneath the thing, and it lasted about 8 years, well actually about 7 years before it started doing that. I started cutting. The mold was getting introduced around the edge of the adhesive. So what I started doing was moving that with an X-Acto knife, cutting it out. And then finally it started growing in the middle and stuff. It was weird. So $15 later I have a new map. In fact, I might slip out here and try to put it on. Just put the map of the U.S. on and let it settle in, and then put all the states on tomorrow or the next day. It was so cool putting those on. I
8.3.
grew up poor, hadn't traveled. It was really neat to be able to go around the United States. These last 7 seasons, just nothing shy of amazing to be able to do that. And of course, bringing your own house is a bonus. Holy crap. I've been to, at Dana Point, I've stayed at a Ritz out in California, right actually near where Crazy in the Tube Deep lives. I've been to the Ritz here in Orlando. I've been to some beautiful hotels. I'm talking beautiful.
8.2 volts.
But there's no place I'd rather be than in my own rig. with my own stuff, my own smells, my own dog. Yeah, that is pretty cool to be able to stay in your own house. All of a sudden, separation anxiety is just about zero. Yeah, see, this thing has such poor tail authority, and there's wind rotors around here. I'm reticent to spin it around. You know what I mean?
8.1 volts.
See, it's so slow. That is so creepy to me. And what they're doing is they're putting in another flight control board, and then they're able to, with a cell phone, able to change like 10 parameters, to include yaw, which would suit me quite nicely. Yeah, I should be able to, and there again, we know what they're doing. It's for beginners. But like when the wind pushes it, I should be able to whip around quick enough to save it, and that's just not happening here. A minor, detail. It's just something I need to remember when I'm flying,
7.9 volts.
because I don't have authority to get out of the way, and I'll be flying around in campgrounds and stuff where it's a little tight. So I just got to remember that. And if I drill it, I'll do the mod like these guys are doing. They make a metal head for this. Holy crap. And I think what I'll do is when I start wearing these things out, I'll just, instead of replacing it with a plastic head, and it's just got BS bushings in it, that what I'll do is go ahead and replace it with the good stuff.
7.8 volts.
Guys, that's all the great news to report. I was able to slip out and get in a few flights. That's cool. There's a big box on my little George action there. There's a little box on my Huey. Yeah, interesting what they're doing on the forums. That wanting to do stuff way beyond me. I just like getting everything on one radio. That pleases me more than you know. Those little radios are not good, no matter what anybody says.
7.7 volts.
And yeah, the ones that come with them, compared to this.
Throttle home.
Nice. Guys, as always, thanks for hanging out with me, and the folks that I might have missed, like Azir, that's Rick, longtime friend. Seen him, I don't know how many times now. Yeah. All the best, and see ya. Whoosh.